What up, guys? You know who it is. It's your man, John Mike, down here at Gospel Producers. Today, I wanted to do something a little different and give you guys an inside look on kind of pulling back the curtain and showing you how I design patches and do sound design. And I'm going to be, of course, using Peculiar Sounds V2. Make sure you check it out, link down in the description, and you can go and grab that. So I'm going to just give you guys a little sneak peek on sound design and how I kind of go through the process of building out patches for Peculiar Sounds. So let's dig into it. All right, so here we go. Got Peculiar Sounds running in standalone mode. That's one of my favorite features. Peculiar Sounds V2 is that we can use this without a DAW. And this is kind of like how I like to work whenever I'm building out my patches and stuff like that for Peculiar Sounds. So I have this nice little pad here. It's called Story Pad. And you can access that. I'm here in the layer control. You can access any of the waveforms in there. But I got this little pad here. One of my favorite pads. Love it. So we're going to play around with this and just kind of build out some stuff. So first of all, let's turn that glide on. All right. Turn up the effects scene. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's nice already. So this is just some verb delay already in there. Delay is set to 1/4 on each side. Verb, you can see how that's kind of set up. That's probably from the previous patch that I loaded up. I think it feels good. So I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I think the glide feels good right there. That's kind of the sweet spot for your glide. You can get a little bit crazier. Maybe if I put it halfway, then you get something like this. That's kind of sick. But I think right here for what I want to do. All right. All right, so we're gonna turn on layer 2. We got this little bell pad thing already loaded up, but I mean, we can mix it with anything. Not bad. Let's see what else we got here. Choir pad. Bad. Let's see what happens if we turn on both the glides. Let's bring in that same delay. Okay, it's not as heavy. Maybe back off over here too. I like the way that opens up. Kind of dope, right? So I like it, but it feels a little bit too bright for me. So let's see. I mean, now there's a lot of ways we can deal with the brightness of it. I mean, I could easily just kind of tweak the low pass, high pass. That's kind of what I'm hearing in my head, which is kind of dope, but without messing with that too much, I think I want to try just using the low Pfizer, which is one of our dope new modules we added to Peculiar Sounds. Lo-fi instant vibe. That's what I'm talking about. Or maybe, let's see what the radio sounds like. Not mad at that. Let's just see what lo-fi. Cool. Let's turn on stereo. Stereo just kind of widens the sound. So that's kind of cool. Kind of dig that. I think that's a bop. So that way, when it opens up, it's not like too accentuated. I didn't mind the kind of really wide open like sound. That was kind of cool, brassy, but I going for something kind of mellow. You know what I mean? And then you got that tail that comes in from the delay. Really cool stuff. Now, here's the hardest part of sound design, and it's always, at least for me, some of you guys are really, really creative. I'm not that creative, so the hardest part for me sometimes is just naming the sound, figuring out what to call it, because I can put something together really, really quick, but I always fail when it comes to what I'm going to call it. So I don't really know yet what I'm going to call this. So, you know, sometimes when it's hard to figure it out, you know, sometimes I'll take the name of the patch itself or the layers and kind of mix them in. So we're using story pad and we're mixing it with dark dirty pad. So we could do something like a dark story. I think that is what I want to go with. Maybe like a dark story, or we could do my story. Yeah, I think maybe my story feels good, you know. And at the end of the day, it's not always about what we call the patch, you know. But sometimes, you know, I like naming it, you know, like odd things instead of just like two pads together, you know. My story says something because somebody will click on it because they're curious. What is my story? So here's another situation where I can actually take this same layer and we can freak it and turn it into something else, right? So maybe now what we'll do is we might take the glide off, right? Right. And then we might bring the, you know, the verb and stuff out. Right. Do that. Then I'll bring the release down on that a bit shorter. Then we'll jump up the attack as well, just to kind of give it a pumping, like, not mad at that, right? And I'm just playing around here. We're gonna see what we come up with. I'm gonna try to bring this up an octave. Let's experiment with that. Double click to bring it back. Let's see what this sounds like an octave up. Just playing around. All right. And so maybe what we'll do now is come out of lo-fi. Right. Now I'm gonna kind of play around with my mod effects here because I'm really interested to see what we can do. Let's add in our filter mod. Oh yeah. I think we teeter-tottering on. Let's bring the frequency down a little bit. That's kind of dope. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Let's try a different, what's it called? Sine. Okay. Triangle. What was we on triangle? Let's try saw. Kind of like that, right? So now play with the speed. All right, faster. Let's get us with a. Okay. I'm bopping with that. So let's keep it moving. I think actually I want to bring that verb and delay back, but we're gonna under accentuate it, right? So we'll go back over here. Let's bring down the feedback a little bit. See, that's got like heavy feedback on it, right? And then let's bring down the verb some so it's not as wet. Pause. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think that's it right there. And that's how you can take two different layers. It's the same layer, but we can flip it and make it into multiple patches. I think that's really dope. So now we got to figure out, what are we going to call this one? This one has movement to it. We're going to put it in our funky layers thing. And it has movement. So I think I'm going to call this one Journey. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna call this one, Journey, because that's what I think about. You know what I mean? Feels like I'm on a journey. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like something that would be like on a Audi commercial or something like that, like you know what I'm saying, a Toyota commercial. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like. Get the new RAV4. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it feels like. So now we have that one that's just now in that folder, and then click on it, it changes. All right, let's do one more. Let's figure out something else. We did that. Let's play around with the ARP. And let's try to see what we can come up with on the ARP side of things. So we're gonna go, let's see what we can come up with. I have this sound in here called Super Pluck. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset, turn all of this stuff off. All right, so we got the Super Pluck. Love this sound. So we'll of course we'll bring down like the sends. So let's work on the ARP. We'll go into the ARP section and turn it on for layer 1. All right, so let's try a shuffle. Maybe like 50%, maybe shuffle. Just doing stuff, right? A couple octaves. Yeah. Let's take it down to 1 octave. It's kind of a bop, maybe a little bit more. We'll see where we're going with this. All right, we got a bass line on our Arpeggiator. We might change it a little bit, but let's bring in something here on the bottom that sounds good. So we already got that dark, dirty road, dark synth right under there, right? So let's, Afro. I'm feeling a little Afro. A lot. Dude, it's too much. Let's keep moving. So let's shift it a little bit. Instead of super pluck, I think I like dirty pig. But let's keep working with that bottom sound until we find something that works. You know, this is what sound design is. It's no thing. Maybe with string pad. Get this off. Maybe some strings. Almost there. So I'm starting to like that. I'm starting to feel that it's starting to feel good. So like now I'm just being creative at this point, you know, and just trying stuff. So maybe we're blending multiple things. Let's see what this radio effect sounds like. I like darker sounds, which that's, you know. Make it more stereo. Does it sound like we put some vinyl on it? Well, it's okay. I do like the radio effect, but let me see the difference between it and lo-fi. I like the radio effect better. you know, it works. I think it kind of works. I think it's kind of dope. You know, just building out something with an ARP, you know what I'm saying, that feels good to me. Let's add in some chorus and stuff on the strings, maybe. I don't like that. That takes away from it. But let's see what the tremolo feels like. As I'm hearing that, I feel like I need some more low end back on. Now, only thing I need to do now is bring it some more volume up, right? Just balancing now, because so I'm digging that. Now we got to figure out, what are we going to call it? Let's see. We can call this, I think I want to call this one Pocket Orchestra, just because it's just what makes sense to me. And we'll put it in the ARPS folder. Pocket Orchestra. So that's just a little BTS on sound design inside of Peculiar Sounds V2. That's just a little peek over my shoulder as I kind of work and create. There are literally hundreds of new patches that we put into Peculiar Sounds V2, and you guys can check that out and more down in the description of this video. Make sure you go check it out. Since its inception, you've asked us for enhancements, and today we're taking it to the next level. And I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2.
Call this one G-Synth Mute. Saw.
Mild, soft.
Like saw brass. I'm gonna call this one Herbie Love because it sounds like a Herbie lead. Ground round. This is called ground round.
No, that's me, sorry.
Had the round.
The round.
Yeah.
Ground. But
Yeah.
you named after the restaurant, though.
Yeah.
Why did it make you think about the restaurant?
Because the round, and then.
What they serve at Ground Round?
Oh, they serve everything. A lot of people think layering is just mashing two sounds together and playing those two sounds at once.
Yeah.
But to make the layering thicker, I replay the same chords separately. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then what makes it unique is there might be a note that I didn't play in the rows that's in the pad, in the strings. They all playing pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because I'm actually playing each sound versus one at once.
Yeah. Instead of laying them together, you playing the same patterns.
So I think in making the layers, there has to be some uniqueness to each sound if we're going to do a layer that's playing all at the same time. So I just told y'all Doobie Powell's secret. That's what makes it seem like it's so much happening.
Yeah.
Because now I'm playing a chord over here that I'm playing over here, but I might have added 2 or 3 different other notes, which make it seem like something else is happening. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you add something in the center that's playing the same thing, but it's like a slight difference. I keep driving it home with other layers. So if there was a way to do more than one layer on a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On a patch versus just a rows and.
Okay, so I'm back again with another behind the sound design. I'm gonna show you guys how I designed some of the patches for Peculiar Sounds V2. This is what we're gonna do today. I got 2 flute sounds. Both vibes. So like this is one pad that's called flute pad. Right. And then I've got another one called flu pad, F-L-U pad. It sounds like that. All right. Put them together, they sound like this. Right. So I brought the release all the way up here. I've taken off some of the release on the flute pad, but let's see if I bring it back. Gives it a little bit more attack. All right, so we're gonna go in the layer mixer. And what I wanna do is create something really crazy using both of the arpeggiators because it comes with 2 arpeggiators inside of Peculiar Sounds V2. So if I go here into the ARP, right? And we turn on layer 2 ARP, and just so we can see what's going on, let's mute layer 1. Go back here. And that's probably a preset from the last layer that I had loaded up because I'm working inside of the arpeggiators, but I like this vibe, right? And all we got is the speed turned up to 132D, and the octave is set to 1, and then the mode is set to up down, right? So I'm going to try to do something different, contrasting, so to speak, with layer 1. So we'll add layer 1. Let's mute this just so we can see what's going on, right? And then let's turn this one on. So right now it's not doing anything because the speed is turned down to 1, right? Let's just turn this up to, like, let's see, this one's at 116D, 132D. Let's turn this one at 18D. Too slow. So let's go 116D. So we want to make sure that the D's match. Pause. They both match, but it's the same kind of, like, you know, rhythm, just halftime. You know what I'm saying? So we turn both of them on. And then here's the other thing's point. I got this one down up. I got the other one up down. Let's see what that sounds like. I love that. I love that. The combination of the up down and the down up is just super dope. So, like, remember, we got the down up going here. So that's what that's one doing, you know. And then the other one is doing this. But adding in that contrasting rhythm gives it some energy. That's so good, bro. That's so good, bro. That's so good. That's so good. I think we're going to call this one Flying Flutes. I think that's what we're going to call this one. Yeah. So that's a little peek behind, you know, utilizing both of the arpeggiators at the same time. Since its inception, you've asked us for enhancements. And today we're taking it to the next level. And I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. So Peculiar Sounds, this is standalone mode. This is running in standalone, right? So it's set up here. As a live musician and someone that would use this in a live scenario, you have your settings section right here. And here's what's really, really dope about this. Here in the standalone mode, you can easily come here and choose your audio interface. Any audio interface that you have connected to your device will show up here, right? You can change your audio driver. On Mac, you only got like core audio. That's all that's available. But on Windows, you have a bunch of other stuff that y'all got. If you got multiple outputs on your interface, then here's the space where you can actually send out sound. Maybe you're the guy, maybe you need to send out your tracks out of 3 and 4 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in a situation where you got multiple outputs on your interface, you can easily choose a different output for this to come out of while you're live or what have you, playing this live. And then here's your buffer. You can get all the way down to 64 samples. And let me tell you this, like, the CPU on this is really, really crazy. I could go down to 64. I'm at 64 on my buffer right now. Check this out. Right down here, if you can see it in this little lower 30 right here is the CPU. At 64 samples, which is the lowest my buffer will go on here, on this interface, I'm at 7 with 2 layers. I'm at 8, 7, 6. Even with digging in, I know y'all gonna hear this. Let me turn this up. So even if you're like driving it, you know what I'm saying, like driving it heavy, you're not gonna be able to push this thing past, at 64 samples, you're not even gonna be able to push this thing past 10% CPU. So it's a minimal footprint, you know what I'm saying, on the CPU. And I was very adamant and like a ninja about that. I even tested this thing on my wife's like 2015 MacBook Air. Like it's got like a 1.3 gigahertz processor, dual core, like 8 gigs of RAM, little bitty thing. You know what I'm saying? I took that and put Peculiar Sounds, you know, V2 on it and Standalone and just did what I just did. I could not get it past 10 to 12 at 64. I could not get it to go past that in the CPU. So for those of you who are wondering what the CPU usage is like in Peculiar Sounds in standalone mode and how this is going to operate, even on the lowest spec machine that I could test it on in my situation, I could not push it past more than 10% CPU. Even sitting idle here at 64 samples, it's only taking up 2% of my CPU. And I'm streaming live right now. I'm streaming live from this computer and all of that stuff like that. And you guys can hear, you can see it, you know, for yourself. And it's only taking up, this particular sound is only taking up 15.4 megabytes of my RAM. So the standalone mode is very efficient, very, very CPU conscious. You can run this on a minimal spec machine, you know what I mean? And not have to worry about it crapping out on you in a live situation. All right. We've tested it. I had a few friends that tested it out for me in our R&D. We had it out in the field with some people testing it out in their live services and standalone mode and stuff before we did. And everybody reported back to me pretty much the same thing. The ones that I had tested it, like, yeah, man, it was flawless. I couldn't push it past 10%. I never, and even that, I didn't even, one guy told me, hey, I ain't even look at it, bro. Like I was just playing like I was playing a regular keyboard. Like I didn't even think about CPU. I just played it. And so it gives you the option and the opportunity to be able to really dig in there. So you can get that, that buffer down as low as you need to for the best response from your MIDI controller. And you can benefit from very low CPU usage, minimal CPU usage, and I'm really excited about that, right? But you have your sync to host. This in standalone mode, you're only going to see these options. You're not going to see this in the plug-in version, but you can choose a BPM. So if you're using any of our ARP synths or our mod filter stuff, that filter mod stuff that has BPM sync, like sounds like ARPs and stuff, you can easily change your BPM here. But we also put it on the front screen here so that you can also grab a BPM. So if you know the BPM of the song or in and around the BPM or whatever you're doing, you can easily change the BPM quickly right here on the front page, as well as like change the size if you want to make it smaller. If you want to make it, this is going to be like really, really big, but you can make it, you know, 100%. This is 150%. I can even go 200%, which is going to be like over here. It covers my entire screen, which is really, really dope. So I'm gonna get it back to regular and bring it over here. So we have some options there that's really, really dope. And you can choose that here in this settings. You can change for the first time, you can actually change your sample folder location so for those of you who have hard drives, external hard drives that you run your sounds off of, you can easily click here and change where your samples are, right? You can easily relocate your samples. These are all things that everybody was asking us for. But then here's where the fun is your MIDI controllers. So any MIDI controller that you have connected to your computer can easily be accessed right here in in Peculiar Sounds, and you can choose that and be able to set those things in, you know what I'm saying? So everything is really, really cool. We try to streamline everything as much as possible and give you those options to be able to do that. And that's standalone mode. And then one of my other features that I think is really, really dope, and this doesn't do, as my man Kel said on the live, this doesn't do anything for the sound. It does zilch, squat, diddy for the, no diddy, but diddy for the for the sound. Is dark mode. If I click this little button up here, bam, look at that, dog. Joint is dark mode. Everything conforms to the dark look. That is so sexy to me. Everything conforms to the dark mode vibe. Settings get dark. I just love dark mode. You guys, my phone stays in dark mode. I don't know about y'all, but my phone stays in dark mode. Even my operating system, well, not this computer, but the computer, my other computer, the operating system stays in dark mode. And one of my friends was telling me this. He was like, bro, I ain't even gonna hold you. That's my favorite feature. And I was like, well, why you say that? He was like, bro, because he said, when I bought the Motif, he said, I used to own an ES8. And he said, when I bought the XF, he said, the only reason I bought that was because it was black. That was the only reason I bought it. I didn't buy it because I use the same sounds that I used on the ES8 every Sunday, the exact same sounds, maybe one or two new ones, but most of the time I had pretty much the same layer stack. And he said the only reason I upgraded was because the keyboard was black. I was like, wow. So that's dark mode. I love dark mode. I think a lot of you are, at least the feedback I've been getting over the weekend, a lot of people love that. I've been seeing some screenshots being posted and stuff, and a lot of people have it in dark mode. So to me, it's just a vibe. You can go from the classic Peculiar Sounds look that all of us know, and then you can go into dark mode, which I think is really, 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 really dope. And little UI things that we thought about. Something else that, as far as UI, that's really, really cool that I want to show you that I think is dope. I'm going to quit this for a second because I'm going to open it back up so you guys can see. And as you can see, you have it in the dock. Look at that, man. I never thought I would see today with a piece of software that I've developed being down in my dock. I never thought I would see today. So I'm so excited, like a kid in a candy store, that you have a software that I developed laying in the dock, bro, in the dock. That's crazy. So when you open up Peculiar Sounds, this is what you get. I think this is really, really cool. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that little loading screen? That's one of the things I do this for. It's like, it's really, really cool. Little UI things, because I bought this. You guys probably, let me see if y'all can see it in this. If I go into this angle, I don't know if y'all can see it in this shot. Let me see. No, you can barely see it. It's right here. It's a Korg Nautilus. It's a Korg Nautilus. I'm probably gonna do a review on it pretty soon. But I bought that some months back, and one of the things about the Nautilus, while it's annoying, is that long loading screen, right? You get that loading screen, right? There's just the little progress bar that it takes like 15 minutes to turn on. But while that is very annoying that it takes so long to come on, I think I like that aesthetic. There's something about hardware when, hardware keyboards, all of them have it. All of my boards have it. The Modi X, the Akai, all of these, all of my boards, they, even my Moog back there, all of them have a loading screen or something when you turn it on that lets you know, hey, welcome to this thing, right? And it's really, really cool. So again, in the quest of making Peculiar Sounds feel like hardware, me and Doobie were talking about that, of like, man, what can we do? Because this whole design aesthetic, of course, because we partnered with Doobie to do this, the look of Peculiar Sounds was, all of this was Doobie's idea, because he told me years ago when we started on this, he said, I wanted to look like a keyboard, like an old vintage beat up keyboard that you walk into like the pawn shop and you see that little thing sitting back there and you're like, yo, what is that? And that was the whole vibe behind, and the whole reason behind why we came up with this particular design and finally decided on it, because it felt like an old vintage synth that's beat up and worn, and that aesthetic goes across the entire interface. Like when you look at it, like with the master and the effects and everything has like little scratches and little imperfections on it. You know what I mean? Like a good example is like when I designed the filter mod. Look at that. It's like old and worn and tattered and has this, you know, like this worn look of a piece of gear that's been sitting in the, you know what I'm saying, that's been sitting in your rack for years and maybe have been bought and used. Like the power, look at where it says power here. Like the O is missing off the power. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all scratched up, like you just, you know, it's been on the road. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about for us with this whole design and UX design, is making everything feel like hardware, feel like a piece of gear that you own, and it's got to feel vintage. It's got to feel like like you've done that or what have you. All right. Since its inception, you've asked us for enhancements. And today, we're taking it to the next level. And I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds, version 2. All right, here we go. Here's a good question. What is my favorite sound in PS2? PS2, you know what I mean? Like PS2 was the best PlayStation in my opinion. I don't know how old y'all are. I know I'm dating myself. I know y'all at PS like 19 at this point, but the PS2 was my favorite PlayStation. Like the PS1 was dope. It really changed the game on gaming. But it was something about that PS2 that just hit different. When the PS3 came out, I was asleep. I was like, nah, I'm staying right here for a little while. And then I eventually got out of gaming. But it was the PS2 just hit different. And so does PS version 2. It just hits a little bit different. Man, asking me to decide what my favorite sound is hard because all of them are my favorite sound. I mean, Doobie got in and designed a bunch of stuff, but there was a lot like Caribbean Glide. This is one of my favorite patches. One of my favorites. I'll play some of my favorites. So Caribbean Glide. And for all those of you who don't know what's going on with this is a perfect way to show the Arpeggiator and what it's doing. And what's really going on with this is the shuffle feature. So typically, I love the shuffle. It's at like 60%. So if I do it at 0% shuffle, which is about that's dope. But if you're trying to get into some of the Caribbean mind, some of the Caribbean sounds, you got the And I might be off because of the latency on the live on my audio. I don't know if that's how spot on that is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can hear the Caribbean rhythms in there if you really wanted to lean in. That's one of my favorite sounds, but you can do up, down. You can do down, up. You can do a random. Or you can do chords. But what's really, really dope, and I don't think we were able to really showcase this on the live. I think it was just on regular up. I think that's what it was on. Is that when you hold down the sustain pedal, it actually acts as a latch whenever you use an arpeggiator patch. Now I can latch them by myself so I can play it. Look, my no hands. And I don't have no pedal. I'm not on the pedal or anything like that. So you can latch it like that if you choose, but I was able to build in the latch on the sustain pedal. So when I play, now I can hold down my pedal, right? So this allows for some real kind of interesting kind of sonics, so to speak, because then let me mute this. You can kind of do some crazy stuff like. So it's kind of cool because you're not limited, and there's other patches that kind of showcase this a little bit more. Like maybe I like this. It's called Fuzzy Was He. Woo. Let me see. Yeah, this is dope. Really, really crazy because now I can get more expressive with, you know what I'm saying, playing, and the ARP just continues to kind of do its thing because I'm holding down the sustain pedal, and as I'm holding down the sustain pedal, it's, you know what I'm saying, it keeps the latch going. So then I can play chords. Woo! It's so fun, man, just to play with that. And I'm sorry if y'all guys heard some of the clicky clacking from my keys, but that's just a bop, bro. Like these are, you know, stuff like this, magic chords. This is a really, really cool kind of joint because it's this. I'll turn it up a little bit so you guys can really hear it. So that can be used as an effect. You know what I'm saying? But it's the arpeggiator. That's what it is. It's an ARP. Just moving fast. And if I hold it, it'll just really. but it could be used as an effect. You know what I'm saying? I love that kind of stuff. The Arpeggiator just has some really, really good stuff like Peekaboo. You know. And this is cool because this highlights both the ARP but it also highlights the filter mod, right? So look at what the filter mod is doing. Really cool stuff with the filter mod and the ARP working together. So this is cool. This is another one I like called Play With Me. This is cool because what it does is it's an ARP playing it as chords. You get this. You know, some of that 80s, you know what I mean? Like retro 80s, like I can't think, it's an artist I'm thinking about, I can't call his name, Phil Collins type stuff, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But where this is really dope is why I call it Play With Me is because when you start playing ARPs along with it, like if you play your own ARPs, it's kind of funky. It kind of gives you a nice little dope effect like this. Watch. Let me mute the mic so you guys don't. And let me get it down to a BPM because that's really fast. Maybe like, let's drop it at 86. Let's see. Okay, let's try it there and see what we get. It's just the fun of it all is what's dope to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the fun of it all. But you get stuff like this, like Intuition, that gives you these kind of vibes. I could just stay there all night. It's just so fun. Just going through, and I'm just in the ARPs. I hadn't even got out of the ARPs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much in here. Super ARP, of course. That's close to the joint. This one is cool because it's called Two Piece. Oh, let me see. This is, I think the split zone is supposed to be. Is it on? Nope, it's not on this one. No, it's called split. It's called split. This is called Two Piece. Because it's a piano and a guitar. I call it two-piece because it's like a two-piece band situation. You know what I'm saying? Wind chimes. It's like an effect. Sometimes you just need something like that. And that sounds good at a faster speed. So it's probably, you know, you're up here, you know. Just little quirky stuff. So, but I think some of my favorite patches, it's so hard because all of them are just so dope. Like Awaken, this showcases the mod filter. I'm gonna pull this up so you can see what the mod filter is doing, and this gives you that. This is okay. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this because it gives you this sound. All of y'all, Todd Delaney vibes that you going for? Let me see. You know what I'm saying? It just gives you that kind of stuff. Dirty Pulse. Funky Chaka. Yeah. That's the point. Like the sidechain effect. That's what we're saying. It's like a side chain. You know what I'm saying? But it's built. You don't have to do a side chain. It's built into the plugin, right? Let me find something that I can really kind of flip a little bit. Because when I show you, let me see. That's too maybe inspiration. Let me see. This is one of my favorites. Singing Pulse. So let me show you what the mod filter is, or filter. I keep calling it mod filter sometimes because initially we called it the mod filter, and then we had to change it to the filter mod because I think somebody else was already using mod filter and something else. It wasn't like what we were doing. They were just using they had a plugin called the mod filter, and I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. So it's doing a low pass, right? So I could change the speed of this, right? Now without it, this is what that sound sounds like. And it's actually a piano in there. Sounds. No, it's dark. It's this sound, really low. And it's the dark. Just that sound by itself. That's just crazy, right? So adding the filter mod to it gives it another level of stuff. So getting it at a speed, I can speed it up. And then I can change the frequency that it's affecting. So right now it's going low pass up to 400 hertz. Maybe I want it more dramatic, like 2 kilohertz. You know what I'm saying? So it'll bypass more of the frequency. I can go all the way up to the whole thing. I can make it as dramatic as I want. You know what I'm saying? But here's where it gets crazy. There's so many other little things. So I could change the type. Right now it's set to square, which gives that kind of a doop, 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 doop kind of type vibe, right? But I can make it like a saw, which sounds like this. Let's make it more dramatic. Or I can make it something more smooth, like a triangle. Or I can make it a sine wave, like, and this gets into the sound design, but again, it's not about you knowing what a sine wave does or you knowing what a triangle or a saw is. It's just an option that you can click and see what it sounds like. And you're like, oh, that's dope. You don't have to know much about like what these things actually do to click inside the box and choose an option just to see what it does. So if I click on sine, so sine versus square, it's more pulsing, you know, so I can go back to a sine. Or maybe I don't want a low pass, I want a high pass. So it'll go the opposite way. And then I say, I don't want to take up that much bandwidth, so let me go up a little higher. And I can even do like a notch or something that looks like this. Takes up high. And you kind of see that EQ curve right there. You know what I'm saying? And what it's doing. And then you can kind of, till it does what you want it to do. That's dope. That's just crazy. You there's no limits to what you can do. That's why I was saying earlier about people making packs and stuff. Like you don't really have to do much work to really get the sound. You got all of these options of different types of high passes. Like we copied the Moog low pass because I really like the way the Moog is. So a Moog low pass versus a traditional low pass. So we go to this low pass or high pass rather. But then when you go to the one that's on the Moog, you get it's a little bit more defined, a little bit like smoother filter, you know what I mean? So really, really cool stuff that that you can kind of work with. It just gives you so many options. But I love these different layers and stuff like that. The funky layers that just give you all kind of just bops. And this is all in standalone mode. We hadn't even gotten into the DAW to really like create with these things. And that's got like a little, for the lo-fi effect, we got the vinyl, the lo-fis are in there. Which is really, really cool, right? And so, you know, those are some of my favorite sounds, is that kind of stuff that really digs into the effects. And then again, with the lo-fi stuff, there's tons. This sound is actually going viral on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I played. Something like that I played. something like that. And then Kitty said, "Is this out yet?" And I was like, "It's gonna be soon." So if y'all saw that, drop a plus in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you saw that. If you saw that clip. But that's the sound for that. Definitely one of my favorites. And there's another one like that called Reunion Square that sounds like this. Just crazy, right? So it's a lot of stuff. OPAD. I mean, my story. It's just vibes on vibes on vibes. This was called Midnight Coffee. I mean, I would sit for hours. I mean, Doobie, you guys saw some of the clips if you watched the live when we produced where Doobie would sit. We truncated that in for the live event, but we sat in here for like 2 or 3 days and recorded stuff. You know what I'm saying? And sampled stuff and came up with ideas and vibes. And I didn't get to say this in the live, but what we did was with Doobie, we would sit, as I think somebody asked me this, how did we get there with the sounds and know what to sample, right? Like somebody asked that, they was like, how did you know what to sample? And I was just like, well, what we would do is we had all of these boards and Doobie would sit and he would just start pulling up stuff and he'd just start playing and he'd start tweaking and he'd get in his zone. We call him the sensei. He'd get in his zone and he'd start tweaking and turning stuff and pulling up and he'd play something for like 5 or 6 minutes. He'd be like, nah, and he'd just throw it away and he'd go to something else. But if he got on something and he just started when he would zone out and he didn't realize that, hey, we're in a session and we're sampling. When he caught a vibe, if he was just, if he was just vibing out and he had got lost in it, I'd be like, that's it. Sample that. We got to sample that. That's it. That's the vibe. That's the bop. What you gonna call it? You know? And then he give me a name. But if he just glossed over it, if he just kept moving, I didn't worry too much about it. But it wasn't until he would get lost in it that I'd be like, that's it. That's the sound. That's the next thing. You know what I mean? That's how we did it. That's how we kind of came up with, that's how we kept moving, you know what I mean, in that respect. And so when it came to even the stuff that I designed for V2, a lot of these sounds, if I would get lost in it, then I knew I would sit for like 20 minutes and I would play something and I'd be like, yeah, because again, hanging around Doobie, you get to learn. That's what I do. I'm more of I've always looked at myself as kind of like a chameleon, so to speak. Like I could blend in just about anywhere, I'm a very, it's not the word, I'm not chameleon, but the word for a person that, not a copycat. I don't try to copycat people. But if I'm around you long enough and I can catch your spirit, so to speak, I can absorb what you're doing and you don't have to actually directly tell me I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm tweaking this. I learned mixing that way by hanging with John Yash and hanging with John Blast and hanging with people that mix and being in the room and watching their process and going, And not only that, here's something, I'm gonna tell you this, let me go on the soapbox for just a second because this is value and I hope you guys can get some extreme value from this because this gets off into my process of how and why I do things and how I come up with things and how I process things. Sometimes it's not about what a person does that makes them special. What you have to understand when you're trying to like really dig into somebody's process and understand it, you have to learn how that person thinks, right? So here's a cheat code to learning how a person thinks. It's not about how they think about synthesis or how they think about mixing or how they think about compression or how they think about EQ. I'm pretty sure that's where your mind went to is, oh, so you learn how a person thinks about a certain topic in that vein of what you're thinking about. And no, that's totally far from it. I love sitting with people and asking them questions that provoke stories. So I would listen to John Yash and still do. I'll call him all the time. I'm supposed to call him today, Lord. I forgot. Jesus, he's going to kill me. Man, I totally forgot that phone call. Anyway, I would sit and listen to Yash banter on for hours about experiences that he's had that some of them had nothing to do with mixing, right? He talk about just life things in general. What that taught me is how he thinks about things. You know what I mean? Why is that important? Because I would ask him, okay, so what about this? And how did you solve that problem? And the problem may have not have had anything to do with mixing. It may have been dealing with a specific person on a specific situation. And I'd be like, well, what did you do? You know, how did you get out of that? How did you figure that out? And he'd tell me, go down this whole rabbit hole, telling me how he solved that problem. What that taught me is I was able to understand deeper on how Yash mixes because I'm able to understand how he solves problems, right? That is the core cheat code to understanding growing your knowledge and understanding. It's not about how a person does something. What you really need to know is how a person thinks. You know what I'm saying? So I sit with people like Doobie and Kenny and Jamel Kimbrough and Aaron Lewis and D-Lo and David Outing, all of these people, and I'm watching how they solve problems because that teaches me everything I need to know about how they solve problems here. You want to know how to play like Kevin Bond? You want to know how to play like Aaron Lindsay, Corey Henry? Go study go look at how they got out of a certain situation. Go ask them a question about something random. Go look at their life, look at their timeline and see how they solve problems or how they deal with problems, how they get through certain circumstance, how they got through this thing, how they got through that thing. That'll tell you a lot about how a person thinks. I'm thinking about, like, for instance, and we're still praying for my brother, Quinnell Gaskin. I watched a video of him yesterday. I'm pretty sure some of you saw it, with him talking about his battle through cancer and how he's trying to make his way back, right? What I see in that is the resilience of the human spirit, of his spirit specifically. And I'm watching how he's traversing that trouble and how he's working through it, right? And his attitude and his temperament throughout everything he goes. If you understand that if you learn that about Quinnell, it translates into his playing. All of that you see him traversing through right now it's in when he comes out of it, when he gets back to 100%, it's going to be even greater what he does. You know what I mean? I'm off the soapbox. I know that's some value. I hope that made sense to somebody. So how that translates back to Peculiar Sounds is I sat with Doobie and I learned how he solves problems in terms of how he layers. There was a whole segment in the live that he talked about how he layers and why he layers. And I had to understand that. Once I got that knowledge and I got that understanding, I was able to translate that into what does a Doobie Powell sound like? Then I go study his records. After being in the room with him, catching his spirit, I go study his records. I go study his sounds. I go all the way back to 2002 and start listening to stuff. How do I recreate that? Let me go back in my mind to this session. You know, so it's little things like that that build it. You know what I'm saying? And so I took that same spirit and I put it into what I was doing with Peculiar Sounds, right? All right, so anyway, this guy, he says, I call myself the observer. I'm that same way. Yes, observation will get you way more. My man said, man, thank you, man. We said we was going to do every time somebody said that they bought it, man. I appreciate you, man. That takes us to the low end. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. Make sure I didn't miss anything because I was on my soapbox for a minute. Oh, man. So you doctor, I missed that one. Yes, sir. We got to do that for everybody who bought it. They said I would use both at the end of the day. Pure Synth is dope, and so is this. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's where getting and just made some good music just using this VST as a main. Wow. Super dope, man. Man, I appreciate you for real, for real. Send us, if you're having issues, just send us a message via support. It's on the website. Click on support, send a message. We will help you out as soon as we can, bro. As soon as we can. What are you using? Right now, you can't see it on the camera, but I'm using a A88 MK2 by Roland. It's doing it for me right now. All right, so that's a lot we talked about and covered in this post. Oh man, yeah, man, there we go. Sorry. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for everybody who supports, because this keeps us moving, keeps us developing, you know what I'm saying? Keeps us pushing into this. So I appreciate you. Floss on the track. Appreciate you, my guy. All right, so I'm gonna do something fun and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna actually, let's do some creating. So this is standalone mode, right? That's it. This is one of the dopest, things inside of Peculiar Sounds. But let's get over here and let's create something. I don't know. I'm just gonna vibe out a little bit. How many he says, how many keyboards do you have? A lot. This isn't even, if I go back to my joint, this isn't what you see here. I was trying to click on the thing, jig. This isn't even half of it. I got like 3 keyboards right here. I got a Moog back there, Roland Gaia, another Korg board. That's a MIDI controller right there. That's a Nectar. But that's not even including what I got in my control room. Not in my control room, in my live room. I got a bunch of other boards over there. Lord have mercy. It's just stuff I do YouTube. So I reviewed boards for years. That's one of the reasons somebody asked earlier about reviews and when am I coming back to YouTube reviews. I reviewed everything just about. Now I'm about to start getting into some hardware stuff maybe here in the next few months. That'll be a way to get back into the YouTube game. But I've been so stuck in development and building gospel producers, I haven't really had much time for reviews. But then I realized, I went into Guitar Center a few weeks ago and I was like, dog, there's not a keyboard in here I hadn't talked about on my channel. So I kind of ran out of space, so I'll figure it out. We'll get back in there. But over the years, I collected a lot of stuff from relationships with companies that I built, and they sent me stuff. So I was able to get a lot of stuff, because of that career that I built on YouTube. And so I was able to get a lot of good prices on stuff on top of a ton of free stuff. It's just the way the game is played. But that's just what it is. All right, let's dig in. I want to create I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna start messing around a little bit, Another one of my favorite sounds here in Peculiar V2, and Doobie came up with this sound. I thought this was one of the coolest sounds. It's called G-Synth Mute. It's really, really cool. So it sounds like a guitar. I like it because it really sounds like a guitar. That was ugly. All right, so here's an opportunity to showcase what we can do with the MIDI browser, right? So I'm gonna pull some drums out of the MIDI browser because I didn't get to talk about that earlier, right? So, man, I love that when it loads up. Let's go to dark mode. And I'm gonna go into sounds off the block, and I'm going to grab the sound off the block drums, right? So I could build my own kit and play something, but let's find something that kind of works. So what I'm gonna do is go into the MIDI browser, and what's dope about this, you can search. So I can actually search sound off the block, and you see it pops up, right? No matter what I type, I can search anything in the MIDI browser. I can search keys, you know, I can search R and B, you know, I can search a beat, I can search a key like A flat. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really dope. So we're using sound off the block. So I'm gonna pull up some of the sound off the block's drums. I like that. So here's dope. You find something that you like, then click right here, drag it straight in. Let's bring up another version. Let's see. What do we want to add to that? Oh, what was that sound I was using earlier? I said I liked. It was called, I know it's Midnight Coffee. You can search it. That's a bop. I think I can rock with that. Let's hear 1, 2, That's a bop. And in case you didn't know, you can actually go through the sounds now. We added this previous and next button. me see. I was trying to think of the pattern that I was doing. I'm trying to remember. Oh, dark mode. Yeah, gotta go to dark mode, bro. Gotta keep it in dark mode. That's where it's at. I have no idea why Logic does this, bro. Like, this always gets on my nerves about Logic. You know what I'm saying? They be catting off. They don't be wanting to give you that front note. I don't know if they don't be wanting to do that. It be like catching on the pre-roll. You know what I'm saying? It's so ratchet. No one of y'all geniuses know how to fix that. 90s vibe. That's what I thought about. Got some ideas. try something here. Let's see. Let's go back to the MIDI browser. So I got this lead sound on here. Let me see if I'm on the right sound. Now I could play something, but let's see if we got something in the MIDI browser that'll cover that sound. I don't know. So first we gotta get, well, here's something that's really, really dope. If I can find something, now I could search for something that's in the key of F, right? Like I can literally search F, and I got this, but that's chords, right? I can go down here and see if I got a melody line that's in F major. That's a chord. This is an F. Too slow. It's a chord. Let's search it down to melody. So I got all these different melody lines that we got in here, right? This is an F sharp. What's this doing? But here's dope. I got transpose in here, right? I got transpose. So I can literally take this down an octave, down a note, and get. That's dope. It might not. Now that's dope. I like that. But maybe that's something like a bell sound. So let's just see what we got on bells. Got light bells. Let's see how that sounds with bells. It's just low. Maybe not down. That could work. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Woo! Now I can turn it up. I can go it up an octave. I can take it up an octave. I think that's crazy, right? Just crazy. So I like that. Just take that and drag that in. That's dope, bro. And that's the part I don't have to play. That's crazy. I like that. So I can move to something else. Gotta always save, bro, because you'll get up in here and be like, oh my God, I didn't save that. It'll crash, and Lord have mercy, you'll be in trouble. layering sounds. I mean, because now I can take that and scale it out and like build it out into an arrangement, right? That's how I kind of create. I know a lot of other creators that create in the same way, because you just kind of layer what you're hearing in your head as you're kind of moving, you know what I'm saying? And then you can come back and like arrange it later, as you're kind of feeling it, you know what I'm saying? So I can easily just come here in Logic and just go repeat section, repeat section, repeat section, repeat section, you know what I'm saying? And then I can take this and actually start the process of making an arrangement out of all of this, you know what I'm saying, into different parts. And I might not do all of this on camera, but it's just the process of going through. Of course, maybe we would take the drums out in this section right here, you know what I'm saying? But then we might, of course, I don't need these leads right here, you know what I'm saying? Let me keep that in there for a second, because I might like bring that in and then bring it right here. What sound is this? I forgot what. Oh yeah, that's just definitely layer. I might not even use that, but we'll mute that for, we'll get rid of this for right now. Yeah, definitely throwing that out of the way. Definitely not using that on the thing. And then you just build it out and start scaling it, basically putting it together like a Lego piece. I won't do too much of that on here, but I'm gonna come back to this arrangement. I was literally just creating whatever was in my head at the moment, but oh gosh, got the 808s in there, right? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, that's really, really cool stuff. I don't know. That's, that little whack arrangement that I came up with, just to kind of put some stuff together. But that's Peculiar Sounds VS2, PS2, V2, PS2. That's what I'm gonna call it for short. Because like I said earlier, the PlayStation 2 was probably the best PlayStation that ever came out. Fight me in the comments. It was just the best one that ever came out, in my opinion. All right, I got a few more questions, and I'm really actually finna get out of here. I didn't even realize I was live this long. I've been live almost 2 hours. Or how? Let me see. What does that say? I've been live for 2 hours. Gee. All right, let's see. Let's see if I missed out anything. He said, you don't need a lot to build a song using this one plugin. Yep. I mean, everything could be a sound. Every sound could be a song. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Let's see what you got here. He said, you're one of the few, I got the plugin on the screen, so I can't really read that. So let me move this. You're one of the few beat makers I've seen. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. I'm like, where'd the mouse go? You're one of the few beat makers I've seen who can actually can play music, and I didn't fall asleep and get bored with the monotonous repetition. Wow, man, that means a lot, bro. I think I'm kind of ratchet when it comes to that kind of stuff. What is all of this? Okay, and yeah. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate it, bro. I don't understand. What does that say? Let me get this up so I can actually read it. How we can make a beat on YouTube. Nobody try to steal it before we copyright it. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just a groove. That's all this is. Yes, sir. We appreciate you. I'll give them out. We said everybody who said they was upgrading or buying it, I would give them the horns on tonight. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got yours. Yes, too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you. If you want to get Peculiar Sounds V2, there's a link in the description of the video. Make sure you jump on there and grab it. Yes, PS2 fight for New York. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, sir. That's where it's at. Well, I've been on too long. I told my wife I was going to be upstairs at like 8 o'clock, and it's almost 9 o'clock. Guys, I didn't mean to be on this long, but I've been having fun. So, you know, time flies when you're having fun. If you have not checked out Peculiar Sounds V2, make sure you hop on and check it out. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised at all of the stuff that we've done. There's plenty of things that you can get. My man says, I want this. Make sure you hop over to the website, gospelproducers.com. It will, you'll see it on there on the front page as soon as you go to gospel. If not, the link is right there in the description of this video, on whether you watch it on YouTube, Facebook, wherever the case may be. It is right there. You can jump in and grab it. So make sure you guys hop over there and get that. I think it will bless your ministry on that. So we got V2. It's on sale for right now until July the 4th for $199. You can cross grade if you own version 1. You can cross grade to it for 99 bucks. All right, and you can go from there. But make sure you guys take this opportunity while it's on sale, because it's going to go up to $249 after that. That is where we are with it. For everything that this plugin offers, I think it's well worth the price of tea in China, as they say. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure you go and check out what what I do. I'm gonna leave this live up so you guys can go back to the top and watch it from the beginning and have some fun with it. I'm gonna go get me some dinner. I'm hungry, and I've been playing around a long time, having fun. I'll probably jump back on. I think I'm gonna jump back on tomorrow and showcase some more stuff and just kind of hang out again. This was fun, so I might do this again tomorrow just to kind of keep things moving or whatever. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm gonna hop off. Make sure you go check out the website. Make sure you go check out gospelproducers.com and everything we're doing. And I'll talk to you guys a little later. All right, I'm out. Peace.